And this one here needs some too. Yeah! Because without a lighthouse, we have issues. The issue would be these ships out here making their docking would not be able to see the shoreline, even though that's all lit. But this keeps them from hitting the outer banks of the sands. The sands and the dirts. The dunes underneath the water. As you look at this, a very exquisite looking lighthouse. Say you were looking at it from a ship's point of view. Alright, so let's find a ship. How about the merchant ship? We are the merchant ship from Netherlands. I think that's called the Netherlands flags. Well, we have this look. Isn't it nice when a lighthouse is in its mode? Now you look at this ship. Now, I know it's nighttime. And you see the anchor. It hasn't been thrown overboard because it's still moving. Well, it's supposed to be moving. Down here, we have goods being brought. Plenty of goods. Nether quartz, I guess. Redstone and diamond. Also the new emerald ore, which you haven't seen since my last video. Bedding location you saw there. And this is the captain's quarters. Captain, oh my captain. And he sells some skull looking helmets. Probably all for the intimidation purposes. Up here, you will be wondering, oh, I almost rubbed your stomach there, little sailor. You're the one driving this ship, huh? He goes, yes, I drive ship like a boss. Yes, you do. So you're almost the same size as the steering column. Anyway, can I sit next to you? Yes, you can. You can be a captain too if you want. Well, it's hard to see. You would have to have scouts, and that's why we have the crow's nest up there. Because all you would see is the sail. Yes, that's all I see, and in fact, my view would be this. That's exactly what your view would be, right? Or just slightly above it, because your head is barely above the steering column. Anyway, let's head up to this ladder and look at the crow's nest point of view. Land ahoy! 200 feet in approximately 2 minutes. As you can see, there are other ships involved too. But this one here was a fun ship. I enjoyed this one. It looks old school. Then we have this one over here. The masts are raised. The sails to the masts are raised. The anchor is put all over. It's all about keeping it real. I've seen some videos and some pictures for this. The ship is on the shore here, like tied to the docks or anchored, and yet the sails are still down, as if it's blowing forward or blowing towards the open seas, and they don't even usually lower it all the way until they get to the open waters. Isn't that how it works? Oh yeah, and there's also an interior to this. Let's show it. Show off. Not much of an interior, but it's a personal owned ship. A little pad. And there's ice here so you can go along that. Wait till it's daytime though. This one here, different style. The mast shows the sail is actually in the front and it's tied up to this little mechanism. It's almost a scale as to what these are right here. It's one of those tugboats, you want to say. Tug without much power to it. As you can see, the depth of storing goods is very limited. In fact, so limited, your head, if you were to sleep down there, your head would be so close to the top of these, to the top of those, yeah. I can't even think of trapdoors, hatchways. Remember this place? And just go through here and take a gander. Now we added more trees. That's weird. You know, some builds you forget to add things, and this is a particular ID. These were not added, and now they are. You know something though? That does not look too good. And actually, it looks better like that, doesn't it? Yes, it does. People will know you're coming. Anyways, I'm gonna get off those before it gets annoying to everyone and they leave hate. Oh, look at this, an iron golem ready to travel. You're ready to travel in the buggy. Who needs the horse, you know? Maybe you should be the horse. Shouldn't be the one actually being drawn around. Here's horse drawn around. So here's some more of the trees, and let's get a different view. From above. As many trees as we can fit. This place was sterile without the trees. That's something else that wasn't complete when I came along. I'll show you that afterwards. Alright, back to the harbor because that's where we were at. We're showing this ship here. Now this is the mascot. The one for Yorkshire, because it has the national flag as it sails. Very prestigious. In fact, so much so that it has bedrock as its fortified skin. And it's not quite in harbor, hence why the sails are still down. In fact, it might be making its way out of the harbor. But we see... I just landed on a person's head because I didn't properly use the stairs. Oh, you're a tall person, man. You're bigger than me. What are you, 6'5"? You so near me, 6'5" person. I'll forgive you for stepping on my head if you give me that torch. Oh, here you go. Excuse me, sir, but I also want your block. What, this block? No, your bedrock block. My bedrock block? Really? Yes. Now get out of here, you filthy animal, you. Okay, I will. I'll shut these two. And here's the captain's quarters. Captain's quarters rules. And up here is where you would steer the ships. You would sit right here comfortably in your chair. And that's how you'd look. Except You don't look like a British soldier, do you? Well, he tries to, anyway. Yep. Crow's nest time, just because we can. Ooh, and we have a bell up here. Bum 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 bum. So, as we look through this harbor, we see many a ship. Here's a different type of ship, more like a little yacht, where its sails are up. Ooh, it's sporting the Yorkshire regional flag. But it does have a yellow and white sail, both on the side and the front. Just for some nostalgic moments of the way ships looked. I got this one from offline, another picture. Cleaned up the area underneath as well, just so that this harbor looked nice. Oh, yep, and we have the fortified locations. It gets smaller as you head along, too. Oh, it's snowing in this region. Sure, apparently the region I was in is now considered desert. This area has yet to be determined. A friend made a trap here. Requisition, he loves making his traps. Now I'm going to show you one last build. For the moment. It is known, not this one here, we've seen this build as far as I remember. Or have we? It was a sawmill. It's this build right here. This is an inn.